Imagine, if you will, holding the limitless peace and love of heaven in your hands, then letting it sift through your fingers and shower on everyone you come into contact with. This is Mom, an unsung saint in her earthly existence, humble and determined with a resigned acceptance not to be mistaken for weakness. To add to that, in all my life, I never heard her judge anyone. Instead, an acknowledgement that each of us has our own talents, our own ideas, our own paths. This allowed her a subtle, indomitable strength that drove her through life and made her a treasure to everyone around her. Mom could handle situations with few words, delivering them with gentle, loving firmness that would strike to the core, settling the situation and putting those involved on call and on task. With 10 kids, there were frequent squabbles, arguments, and blaming, which Mom would quickly quell with an absolute, "It takes two to tango." Even Arnold Schwarzenegger would have quivered. And no conflict could truly be resolved without saying, "Let's be friends," to each other. Leading by example, Mom's internal strength allowed her to make compromises graciously and to find peace deep inside with never an inkling of resentment. Also, when I broke the rules, Mom didn't jump to punishment or nagging. She seemed more interested in me knowing that she knew and my accountability for my actions. If Mom felt my reasoning was valid versus an excuse, she would support me in trying to get the rule changed, whether it be with Dad or school or the world at large. Mom was fearless. The world was truly hers. Her lifelong passion for learning tempered this fearlessness. Mom started her formal education in a one-room schoolhouse where her mother was the teacher. When she moved to California at age 17, she was already an accomplished pianist, seamstress, and shorthand stenographer. Mom loved the people she worked with and the ESL kids she taught. Up until a couple months ago, she loved going to Skills Plus for her cooking class, exercise class, and the social engagement with other students and teachers. No feat was too great if it filled her heart with joy. Mom had faith in forward, inspired motion, envisioning the goal and experiencing each step, often unknown, along the way. She was always open to spiritual guidance. After all, it was no easy task to raise 10 diverse kids. And in 1972, Mom switched roles with Dad, moving from 25 years as homemaker to primary breadwinner for our family, while at the same time embarking on her journey within the peace movement. She has not looked back, only forward. Once, I signed up to help with an emergency shelter, thinking I would scrub floors and toilets. Inadvertently, I agreed to create and run a program for homeless families. By the time I got home, I was frightened and panicked about what I had just gotten myself into. And Mom said, "Oh, don't worry. I know a couple women who run homeless shelters. I'll put you in contact with them. Just go talk to them, see what they're doing, and you take it from there." No feat too great. Her assuredness gave me courage to try and to succeed. If all else failed, Mom relied on her intuition. She would make a decision stating that she had no logical reason, but that her intuition was telling her it was the right decision. She didn't do this often, but when she did, I knew to listen. All of this was bolstered by Mom's patience, the soul of patience, with others and with herself, well, except for when she was sewing. Most of all, Mom loved people. She delighted in the connections with them. And Mom was always there for her kids, her grandkids, her great-grandkids, her great-great-grandkids, for Dad, for her brothers and sisters, for her aunts and uncles, for her nieces and nephews, cousins galore, in-laws and outlaws, and for her friends. If you hang around us long enough, you'll still hear debates about who was Mom's favorite child. Don't let them fool you, it was me. That's the way she made us each feel. Mom was always fully present with every person she encountered. We have been truly blessed that Mom maintained her loving radiance even as her health declined and she required more care. This loving radiance was her gift to each of us, if we only allow ourselves to experience it and to foster it. Our tears are really only for ourselves as we experience eternity that now lives in our hearts. Mom has returned to whence she came, and like my cousin said, to one heck of a reunion. During communion today, Nicole, Tina, and Aspen will be singing Amazing Grace. Pondering the lyrics, I feel that Mom is a channel for the amazing grace that has touched and filled my life and each of our lives. Thank you, Mom.